Hey guys, Cole here, back for another video. So, recently, I have been rewatching all the MCU, or Marvel Cinematic Universe, movies. So, last night I watched Iron Man 3, and I don't know, I thought I'd upload because I haven't in a while, so I thought I'd play the level in LEGO Marvel's Avengers based off of the movie. So let's go. It's called Ready, Aim, Fire. I think it's the part where they attack the mansion. I don't know. I played this game a few years ago, so it's been a while since I've seen what
You'd think that Tony
levels
Stark
they
would be
use.
happy that he helped save the world from the Chitauri, but
I actually had this
something about
piece,
him
the
is
mansion right
different
there.
now.
I had the
He
actual
spends
Lego
most of his
set of it.
time building new Iron Man suits at his mansion and has somehow managed to get himself in trouble with this mysterious menace known as the Mandarin. I'd like to think he knows what he's doing, but, well, he's Tony.
I streamed
You see
the...
that lovely Malibu penthouse? Well, that's where I live with Tony Stark. Normally, it has a beautiful vista of the Pacific, but today, it has a fleet of gunships hired by the Mandarin to redecorate our lounge. He's the same villain that's been creating all kinds of chaos around town, even putting our friend Happy in the hospital. Guess he's not so happy now. Definitely not Tony's best decision, giving our home address to a bunch of lava-blooded villains.
Why does Happy have no hair
On a
there?
positive note, at least his new Iron
Not
Man
bald.
suit fits me snugly.
I had the Lego set of the mansion.
I'm gonna find a way around.
Tony! You're okay, right? We need to get you out of here right
Okay.
now. See, this is why I don't like it when you bring your work home with you.
So, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. Basically what happens is there's a terrorist going around. Tony gets tired of him. He says on... Somebody is recording a video on their phone, and he says, oh, come live me, or, what? Come attack me if you want to, blah, blah, blah. My address is 10, I don't know, 10880 Malibu Point. So then the terrorist, the Mandarin, comes and attacks him. And then that's where we are. He's shooting missiles at the house. Punch this panel, we can't break it. We can fix this, right? Yeah. Now, I streamed the levels for the first Avengers game on my channel last year. And I'm gonna play this one. Then next I'll do the Thor one, once I watch that again, which is should have been last night, but I'm gonna do it tonight, and then the Captain America Winter Soldier one, and then maybe I'll play the Age of Ultron level. Okay.
This
Now
isn't the
plays
time for
Pepper.
gifts, Tony. How is that gonna help us?
Wait, is that... Hey, Pepperpot's March 42. Sounds nothing like Gwyneth Paltrow. It's funny that she's in the suit,
Oh,
now
it's
that
a
she has
robot.
the
I
rescue
probably should
suit
have
in
guessed.
Iron
You
Man...
control it from your
no,
side?
Endgame. I kind of like how they use the clips from the movie,
Nailed it, right?
because they obviously couldn't get most of the actual actors and actresses from the movie back.
Beep, bonk, beep, beep. Huh.
I don't ever remember him saying that. Yeah, so most of the characters, they just use audio from the movies. Some of them, it's different voice actors, if they need them to talk a lot and say specific things. And then there's a few actors that actually came back to record new stuff. Like Clark Gregg as Phil Coulson. I think Haley Atwell was back as Peggy Carter. And I think there's a couple more. Don't we have any? No. Doesn't have any range. Okay. Now, Pepper. Blow this up.
Hold on. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Okay, that looked really cool.
That was weird, but surprisingly comfortable. Watch out for those helicopters, Tony!
It's a giant bunny in the movie. Now, what does this mean? Oops. Oh, okay. I get to team up. I think. Okay, that was a little bit strange. Something also funny about this game, it came out at the beginning of 2016, and they did levels for Doctor Strange, which came out later in 2016. Can you move out of the way, Pepper, or I'm gonna melt you? Captain Marvel, which came out like 3 years later, and Black Panther, which came out like 2 years later. But, like all the levels, this is a movie-based game, but none of the movies were out for those characters, so they're all comic-based levels, but now they have movies if they did a sequel to this game. I'd like to see a sequel to this game. You know why? Weird. I think that'd be cool. Maybe not just Avengers. Like, I don't want to see a game that just has Infinity War, Endgame, and a couple other random movies. I think like a full-on MCU game, or a couple of them, would be nice, because,
Here's a little holiday greeting I've been wanting to send to the Mandarin.
see, this is from when he recorded the video. Because there's 23 movies, and like, the average LEGO games now have 30 levels, so you're not even gonna have like 2 levels per movie. So maybe they could go how LEGO Harry Potter did, which was they split it up into 2 games, and they could do that. So maybe give each movie 2 levels, do like
Alright, I get it. So let's just
25 levels in one game, you
More
know,
of these
2 for each
guys?
movie,
Hope you've
and then a
still got some
bonus.
tricks up that iron sleeve of yours, Tony.
And then, or no, 1 for each movie and a bonus, or like half the movies could be in this one or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. I can't use the poster. Turret.
For a second, we thought it was over, but a final missile slipped past. I watched in horror as the entire condo sunk into the abyss. Thankfully, Jarvis had managed to help Tony escape a watery end, but the suit had shorted out, leaving him stranded in Tennessee.
See, and
Further
then,
adding to his troubles, the
I don't
hot-headed
think so
villains
was the
happened to be
movie.
visiting the area, and Tony's only ally was Harley, a local boy with a pretty
Oh,
mean
yeah, 'cause he
potato gun. The
play-
pair were left with no choice but to take on the Flameheads together. Tony really should start keeping the rest of the Avengers on
is
speed
this a
dial.
longer level? Yeah, okay. This isn't as short as I thought it was. And then I think there's still another section with a character voiced by
Whoa, that was so cool! I mean, you know, in a bad way.
by
Shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Greg Miller.
There are transformers around here that'll shut the power off. I accidentally did that.
Now I wonder if this
Twice.
is actually Ty Simpkins as Harley. I wouldn't think so because I don't think he was in the Jurassic World game. This came out after. Cool to see these two together. Okay, so let's shoot this down. Now we have a ranged attack.
Pow! Fastest potato gunslinger in the West.
Fastest potato gunslinger in the West. It's 8 point. Yeah, like maybe two levels per movie would be nice, and then a couple bonus for the TV shows or something. Not the Netflix shows, they wouldn't do that. I don't know. Maybe do like 1 level for each show, I know there's a lot of shows, and then there's still gonna be the Disney Plus ones. Or maybe only do the Disney Plus ones, because it seems that none of the other shows even really matter to the MCU. Anyways, at least the Netflix ones definitely don't. I don't know about Cloak and Dagger. Hey, there's the first game. Cloak and Dagger.
No offense, but I think you might be a little too heavy for this. Let me try.
The Runaways, Inhumans, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has a level in
Hey,
this
look,
game.
there's a
Runaways
Transformer
has
up
one
here.
in Lego
Let's
Marvel
smash it,
2.
go. All right, that's one of them taken care of. Now to find the other one.
It's over here. Oh. What were we looking for? We gotta find this other thing to shut off. Which is in the door. Can't punch the door down. So we're gonna need another way to open this. Okay. I forgot how this minigame works. So I'm just gonna spam square. Come on. Can you just not scrum us, guys? Thanks. Come on. You're not going very fast enough to break it. See, that kind of, like, the grunting kind of sounds like Robert Downey Jr. I wouldn't be surprised if that was him. But the rest are just movie clips that they use the audio from.
Yeah, that did it. The power's off. We can get past now, right?
Okay, so let's get the extremist soldiers.
Can I just catch my breath for a second?
Oh, she's still not done yet? Come on. Does this not do any damage? Apparently not. I like the sound it makes and what pieces it's built out of. Pretty easy boss fight. One more time. Oh, no, we're changing up again. Alright, don't they blow up the building or something?
Oh man, she looks angry. Like, really angry. How is she even glowing like that?
Hey, Howlings, you want a party? Come on, you and me, let's go.
Now, how are we gonna get past that?
You got a plan for this, right? It kind of feels like we're a little outmatched right now.
You'll see.
Okay, well, that's all we got. Do smash. Can I just... No. No, now we have enough pieces built in an oven. You know, it's a microwave.
After some creative use of a microwave, Tony defeated the remaining extremist-fueled agents and headed off to take down the Mandarin. Then, things got complicated very quickly. The Mandarin turned out to be a washed-up British actor called Trevor, and the real villain was actually someone familiar. Not an ex-neighbor, but a nerd turned superhuman called Aldrich Killian. I've got to admit, he was looking much more suave these days. Killian only went and took me hostage, exposing me to extremists. He also kidnapped the president, too, and planned to serve him up like a roast turkey. Tony turned up to save the day, this time with Iron Patriot by his side, and his entire back catalog of Iron Man suits. The 10-year-old
This is
with
a
the
cool
potato
scene.
gun would have come too, but he had to tidy his room.
Ten-year-old potato gun, aka the kid from Iron Man 3, aka Harley Quinn. Okay, so now this, I don't know who played Aldrich Killian in the movie, but they didn't get him back because they got Greg Miller to voice him instead. Now, if you don't know who Greg Miller is, he is on a YouTube channel called Kinda Funny Games, and they do like game reviews, movie reviews. They're really big into Marvel, and in fact they had a podcast where they reviewed every week they'd review one of the MCU movies, and Greg in this game plays Aldrich Killian. Then in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 he played Howard the Duck, and then a couple other people from Kinda Funny. It's also a Rooster Teeth channel, if you know what that is. Rooster Teeth is a company that owns Achievement Hunter and stuff. And it's, I can see all the suits flying around, it's cool. And then Greg Miller was Polka Dot Man in the DC villain. I don't know if he'll be in the Star Wars game, but he's been in the past few Lego superhero games. Igor. Now, hopefully we can break that. I like how they put in these random people levels based on random movies. I guess they thought, oh hey, we still have some Phase 2 movies we could put in. Why don't we do this? Then, why did they skip Guardians? The first one, because it came out before Age of Ultron, and there's DLC for movies after it, and all the Phase 2 movies before it, but not Guardians, I guess, because they're not Avengers really, but I don't know. Like I said, make a second movie game. Call it Lego Avengers 2 if you want, I don't care. But make it have all the MCU movies. I wouldn't call it Lego MCU. Loki's boxes, got a few soldiers who look a lot like Tony. Managed to figure out. I bought all the Lego sets for this movie. Okay, Brody, over here. I really like the Iron Patriot suit. Kind of wish that he would have stuck with it. The War Machine suit in Infinity War looks really good though. And oh, actually they did bring this armor back for Endgame. I forgot about it. I just don't know why they didn't keep it consistent, like one or the other. They just mixed it up. And then I think in Civil War they changed his name to Warhammer or something instead of War Machine. And I don't know. Oh, okay. Note these letters. Come on. Yeah. Okay. I am making it.
The Mandarin, Tony? Well, here I am.
There's Greg.
I am the Mandarin.
Oh yeah, and Greg Miller, also last year when the Spider-Man game came out, he was doing this thing where he would wear a Spider-Man mask and no shirt, and call himself Shirtless Spider-Man. And he wasn't in the Spider-Man game himself, but there's a Halloween party and all kinds of people are dressed up, and one of the guys dressed up as Spider-Man there is not wearing a shirt. So he almost kind of made a cameo. It was a little Easter egg, kind of.
Try all you want, you can't win. You know that, don't you?
Come on. Got all these soldiers coming up on the side. Fight, go in.
You're only delaying the inevitable, Tony. Perhaps this will teach you to be nicer to people you randomly meet at parties.
Come on. I think they talked about in their Iron Man 3 review something about Greg playing
I'm not afraid of you.
Aldrich Killian.
I know you're a coward.
In the movie.
Yeah, you take a minute.
There we go. Oh, he probably just pulls his welding gear out of nowhere.
There is no version of this where you come
Where you
out
come out on top. What's this gonna do? Call another suit? Yep. It's like it happens in the
That
movie.
suit was just like
Except
you.
it wasn't
A
holding it smoothly in the
failure.
movie.
Jarvis,
Do me a favor and blow Mark 42.
Even after being cooked in an Iron
Oh,
Man
they didn't
suit,
show it.
Killian was still up for another round. Luckily for Tony, I was in no mood for any more nonsense.
Yeah, it's like, I don't wanna
Combining my
fight them
terrifically
again.
toasty powers and an Iron Man repulsor, I flame grilled the big geek. With that maniac out of the way, Tony celebrated by blowing up all his suits, promising to spend the holidays with me rather than with a screwdriver and an arc reactor. With the president now safe and sound, Tony promised to use his super genius to find a cure for the extremis enhancements. Straight after we'd had a festive dinner. Oh, and after he'd had his shrapnel removed. Oh, and don't forget, he is Iron Man.
It's the final line of the first Iron Man movie. Can't remember the second one, but I know he ends the third movie with "I am Iron Man." Last line in Endgame too. If you don't count the hologram. You can get Pepper in the Iron Man suit. We didn't find something. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was a longer level than I remember. It was cut into a couple sections. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. I don't know how soon. I'll probably record the Thor one once I watch the movie, which is going to be like right after this. And I also remembered the first Lego Marvel having some DLC based on the Thor, The Dark World, which is the worst MCU movie. It was just characters though, no level. But I might combine the two into one video. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye!